Why are we focusing on something we were never told that would be our place of multiplication? Our place of multiplication is, hey everybody, my name is Dr. Martin Williams, and what I do is I coach people like you. I coach people like you to figure out who they are, discover who they are, develop their true gifts, and then deploy those gifts, introduce those gifts to the world. Multiplication focuses on reproduction. Addition protects resources. Multiplication expands resources. This addition maintains life. Adding maintains your life. Am I clear? Multiplication advances your influence, because you're growing at such a faster speed. You're expanding, you're multiplying at such a faster speed than addition. So the kingdom question is not how much money did you accumulate? It's not the kingdom question. How much money did I accumulate? How much money did I save? The kingdom question is this: Martin, what did you multiply? Not what did you save. Saving is important, but it's not the biggest question. If I save $10 and I save $1, that's amazing, right? But if I create $1 million and I save 100,000, that changes the whole game. So multiplying changes all the numbers. Multiplying changes all the influence. Multiplying changes all the direction in my life in which I'm called to lead. Multiplication puts me in a place where I can now answer the call I was given at a higher level. I can now influence the world around me at a higher level. When I'm looking for a job and I'm trying to keep a job, I can add to my job. I can climb the ladder, right? But what if I created something that also created jobs? Instead of my job, now I've created a business that can handle 10 jobs, 100 jobs, 1,000 jobs. Now I'm in the position of multiplication of goodwill, multiplication of caring, multiplication of increasing capacity, not just for me, but increasing capacity for the world around me. It's time for you and I to think. It's time for you and I to think and accept the idea of being a multiplier. Martin, what do you mean? I think you should accept the calling, accept I guess it's an edict from me, an expectation that you would say, I appreciate addition, but I'm really going to change my thinking, my processes to multiplication. How do I multiply my time? How do I multiply my influence? How do I multiply my friends? How do I multiply the real relationships that I need? How do I multiply my money? How do I multiply my health? I can multiply my health. Some people say I'm going to the gym. That can add to your health. But just going to the gym won't multiply your health. To multiply your health, you're going to have to do a few more things. Not just go to the gym. You're going to have to control what you eat and drink. Not just going to the gym or taking care of what you eat or drink, but you're going to have to also manage your emotions, manage your being healthy emotionally, being healthy mentally. You're going to have to do something else. You're going to have to control the relationships that you have. You get what I'm saying? It's not just going to the gym. There are a lot of things you need to do. You're going to have to learn time management. To be healthy, you're going to have to do between 7 and 10 different things at the same time to be healthy, because the gym is not enough. The gym is adding. So you say, to be a multiplier, what does that mean, Martin? Well, I have a job and I make $10 an hour. And I just want to get to $15 an hour. It's going to change my week by a couple of $100, change my month maybe I don't know all the additional things, but it's going to change. But that's not the only thing you got to change. You can't just think I'm going to go from $10 to 15 and from 15 to 20 and from 20 to maybe 30. That will take you, that might take you 20, 25 years. You can't think addition. You have to think now. I'm not talking about going from 10 to 20. I'm talking about going to C-suite. I'm talking about it's not hourly for me anymore. It's the money I earn because of what I do. I'm not in the clock. That's not multiplication. Says I've got to get to the place where I'm not on the clock. If that's a new certificate or some training thing that you've done or some level in accreditation in which you go up to change the rooms that you're in, that's multiplying. I don't just want to be in this company working a job. I want to be at the next level managing people, and then I want to go there. That makes you continue to progress and change who you are. You become a multiplier. Say it with me. I need to become a multiplier. Now, you can't be lazy and become a multiplier. You can't be tired and become a multiplier. You have to be pretty energetic and pretty, you have everything, you have your ducks in a row. You know what the levels are. You know what you need to study. You know the relationships that you need to build, the books that you need to read. Are you a multiplier? I'm saying multiply in your ideas. Multiply. Well, my idea is to make this hamburger. I'm going to make a burger and I'm going to open up something on the sidewalk. And now you're making burgers. Well, you can grow from 10 burgers a day to 100 burgers a day. But how many burgers can you make every day with your hands? How many? I don't know. How many paper airplanes you're selling at the park? I don't know. But now you're doing it with your hands. It's a great idea to make paper airplanes. But how do you take it to the next level? How do you take burgers to the next level? It's a system. It's a system. Is it a restaurant that now you're not just on the street, but you're multiplying your ideas? They're becoming bigger. That plane that you're making, well, you find a manufacturer in China or India or someplace, and they make lots of them for you and you're selling them online. It's not the idea. It's not the idea that keeps us in addition. It's the systems in which we add or do not add to that idea. Be fruitful, make one fruit, multiply it. How do you multiply it, right? Subdue it, take over the market. Take over the market. And at the end, that's what spells your dominion. But if you're not thinking bigger, let me talk about me for a minute. If I'm not thinking bigger with intent, if I'm not thinking bigger on purpose, if I'm not thinking about my ideas and loving them and falling in love with those ideas and figuring out a way to multiply them, nothing's going to happen for me. No one's going to force me to do it. It's inside me. It's inside me. So what must I do? I have to invest my own resources. I've got to invest in this idea that I believe I can get from addition to multiplication. I told a friend the other day, why haven't you thought about fractional CEO, fractional CFO, fractional CEO? Martin, what are you talking about? I said, in this world, you can be an amazing CEO, but if you are amazing chief executive officer, why don't you work for 2 companies? Why won't you work for 3? Why don't you put together a system that you can work for 5 of them? You get what I'm saying? You take those gifts and you don't add to them, you multiply them. You multiply these gifts, and now your life becomes a game changer and you become an example to the rest of us. You do not have to stay in the mindset of addition. It is your responsibility, as it is mine for myself, to move into multiplication. I've got to believe in my ideas, add resources and systems around them that make things great. I am so excited about this new world. of AI. I'm excited about the internet. I'm excited about the opportunities that are there. If we just start thinking and make a commitment, I'm going to find a way to get out of this addition thinking and get into multiplication thinking. Because that's when your life's going to change. We've not been to heaven. We don't know what that's like. Do we believe in it? Yes, many of us do. But all I know is this is the reality I have. It's the life that I've been given. And I was not told, listen to me now, listen to me carefully. Neither you nor I were told or given or even fathom the idea of us going to heaven and then being told to be fruitful. None of us have been told to go to heaven and multiply. None of us have gone to heaven and we were told to subdue. None of us are told that when we get to heaven, we're going to have dominion. None of us. None. Where were we told to do that? On earth. So why would we think, since it's never been said to us that we're going to do any of that in heaven, it's never been said to us that we're going to do any of that in heaven, not once. Why are we focusing on something we were never told that would be our place of multiplication? Our place of multiplication is earth. It is in your life. It is in your, whether you say 70 or 120 years, that's where you multiply. My friend, it's time to multiply. It's not time to get stuck in, why would I spend more than a half hour talking to you about the same situation, the same idea? I do that on my YouTubes for long form. And I'm putting this out everywhere just so you can hear me say over and over and over again, do not get stuck, my friend, in addition. You get stuck in addition, then you're going to teach your children to get stuck in addition. They're going to teach their children to get stuck in addition. At least teach your family, teach your businesses, distribute this idea that multiplication is your assignment. Multiplication is your call. Multiplication is the thing that you were assigned to be and assigned to do. Subscribe to this channel and go ahead and watch the next video.